see this team's athletic corner, who's had quarterbacks numbers all season, coming down with 7 picks. Great game in store for y'all. Next on EA Sports.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense. We're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends. But come game day, there is no question. At the end of this one, yes, they want their teams to win, but when they put their 2 box scores up next to each other, there's going to be some bragging rights come this offseason.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. Here comes a return from the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll throw to get things going. Oh, and they come after him right away, and down he goes on the first play of the game.
Mike, you said it. You mentioned just how loud it was, the energy in this building leading up to the opening kickoff. And with a sack like that on the first play of the game, this crowd's only going to get louder. And, man, we can feel it all the way up here in the booth.
He'll drop to throw. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. He's got his man, right side, it's complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Tight end on the move left. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. Here now, 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he just looked indecisive. He didn't look like he was very comfortable operating within this system, and it led to a combination of poor throws and, frankly, a lot of bad decisions. I think he needs to stop just locking in on one guy. Let the offense unfold. Trust what the play caller and the game plan have established. I think if he can just operate the offense and not feel like it's all on his shoulders to create everything, I think it'll allow him to just take a little bit of a deep breath, let the game come to him, and have a lot more success than he did last week. They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They motion the slot man left. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. He's building a case for the MVP. He is the leader in the NFL in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Back to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a 1st down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down.
It's 1st down, and they'll run. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Now this time they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
That big boy was moving, Mike. That was impressive. I mean, it's not easy to bring down this quarterback in any situation, but to hawk him down from his interior defensive line spot nearly out by the sideline, that's beyond impressive.
Here's their punter now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. Whoa! Oh, how about that hit? Wow! He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll search for the 1st points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Quickly to the outside and complete.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He's going to pick up the first down and more. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. And you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's in for the touchdown. That touchdown #1 for him on the year.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. Takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's a close game early on. Back with more from Mexico City and the International Series after this. Here's 3rd and 7. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And after that last incompletion, it's really the story of the game. This offense has had a really hard time sustaining drives that can lead to points. You can sense the frustration, not only on the sideline, but really in the entire stadium. They've got to get something going, especially early in these drives, so they can find themselves in scoring position and come away with some points.
The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. Look there. He comes into this week 2nd in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Taking off. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
To the left side, into the hands of Franklin. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They need 8 as they come up for third down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Here's Ryan Wright now as he'll come on to punt this one away. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's first and 10. He'll have a yard or two up to about the 16. Second down and 8. Throwing now from the gun. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. Third and a yard. Try to pick this one up on the ground. He's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that's going to bring up fourth down.
That's really well done defensively, Mike. The key to these situations is you got to engage with the blocker, bottle it up, but then you have to get off the block, find the ball, bring them down. That's exactly what they do. No gain, fourth down.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a first and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 72 yards. It is a touchdown. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with first and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
A pickup there of 13. And that will be a first down.
We've seen third down really turn into a pass-happy down throughout the league, and I think this is an example of the play caller kind of using that to his advantage. Keep the defense off guard, keeps the ball on the ground, extend this possession.
Here's 1st and 10. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And this is taken in by the defense.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. So you might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. So 2nd down, and they'll run it. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man complete to Johnson. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. He's got it at about the 8. And he will score. Touchdown.
You know, there's so many key factors that allow a play like this, Mike, to have so much success. And, of course, like anything, it starts with the quarterback being accurate. It's such a big part of NFL football right now is the run after the catch. But the accuracy of the ball allows the receiver to turn into a runner after securing the catch. So great job there by the quarterback. And then sometimes it's just a foot race to the pylon and speed kills. And wide receiver gets the ball, secures it, and he does the rest.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. That's taken in by Franklin. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. 3rd and 6. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. A throw on the move is caught.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
To the air now on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Handoff here, up the middle. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I continue in just a moment. 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Downfield, got him, and he's got it. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
He's going to keep it himself. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Quick throw here is complete. Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. That is caught by the tight end. Has a touchdown. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. This team's offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. His throw left side is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. And out of the gun, he'll throw. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. We'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. And he will go all the way. Brock Bowers for the score. Using the tight end to get to the end zone. Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry, what an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
The PAT, up and good. And the visitors have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. Throwing now on 1st and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
So the decision has been made, and they will send the field goal unit out. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And his guys will cut the lead down to 4. So we have reached halftime, and it's a 4-point game. As we send you up to Orlando for a check-in with Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's all yours.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. Jaden Daniels, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he is in the midst of a sensational season, currently second in the NFL in passing yards. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down. 14 yards on the pickup there. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. Now a run on 1st down. And he'll get this across midfield as it's brought down, following a pickup of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now this time they'll look to throw. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down. And he'll take it on in for the touchdown.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Up the middle they go. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Watch the pursuit by this defensive end. The quarterback tries to escape the pocket, but he just keeps on chasing him, and he closes that ground in a hurry and brings him down for a big sack.
Throwing now from the gun. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. They'll send a tight end in motion. Oh, and a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. We're all set to kick this one away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Quick throw, taken in, and that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. And this is going to work out just fine. He's got the 1st down. A gain up to the 28-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. To the right side here, pass is caught. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. A handoff as they try to run it here. And a short pickup, too. About the 42-yard line. On 2nd down, they run the counter. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the 2nd half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
They face 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. There's that man again, another catch. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. That one incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
So now this team's offense ready to get back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bowers. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Defense. Still 3rd down.
So now, following the penalty, they're only going to need a yard. It is 3rd and 1. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down. A 1st down there on a gain of 12. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. What a time for a pick 6 for the defense. As the other team is trying to get themselves right back in this one, the defense extends the margin with the pick 6.
Yeah, just a critical moment. You find yourself on defense, Mike, trying to hang on to this lead. And not only do you do that, you pick 6 them, and you're able to extend that lead.
The extra point, up and good. And his guys will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And he's got it at the 1. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Right back to the air following that pick 6. That's caught left side by Bowers. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. A throw over the middle, going to be caught by Franklin.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That's complete. Taken in by Franklin. 2nd time they've connected on this drive. And 19 yards out of this one.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to the air one more time. That is brought in at the 10. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Here's a run. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target. And now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. That one taken in. Touchdown. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
At the 30-yard line.
Now give on the ground. Powerful running there. Stiff-arming his way for a gain of 6. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion. In a moment, they'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll stick with him again. And he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he is short on that one. Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll run here. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll come up now for second down. They'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That one on target to Davis. He's got it. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining. Clock stops with 1:06 to go in this one. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. Now the offense will use their third and final timeout. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. Pressure time, no timeouts to stop the clock as they get set here for a big first down. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.